On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you a green banana and a peanut porridge. We've got our bananas right here all sliced up and it's in the water in our blender. We got our peanut right here all crushed, and we like our peanut porridge. I've done a peanut porridge before where it's all smooth. My girl was saying that she liked our peanut porridge with a little crunch, therefore we have it like this. This is our machine that we use for it. So go to the Amazon storefront, check it out. And there is also another smaller one that you see me use my my seasonings and my herbs. But that can do it too. But this does it better with more space. And if you're using making peanut porridge for a large family or a large amount of people, this is better. Okay, so go there, check it out, and you will see what we have to offer and show us some love. So banana here, peanut here with a little crunch in there. Now we have some cinnamon leaves. We've got some sea moss right here with some old flaxseed in there. It was cooked with it. And right here we have some additional grounded flaxseed. That's a brown one. We got a nutmeg, and that's for spicing. We got some vanilla. This is the natural one. We're gonna add a splash of molasses. We're using almond milk. I'm forced to stay away from dairy now. And we have a little extra water. I'm using some granulated sugar, white granulated sugar. Honey would be better, or brown sugar, but I don't have. Okay, so, and don't forget your salt. So my cinnamon leaves have been washed. I'm using 3. These are all natural, no preservatives, no additives. They're very clean. We're gonna put it right in here in our water that is coming to a boil. Vapor stove up, and we're gonna let it boil and get the flavor out of it. Meanwhile that is happening, we can also grate some nutmeg in there. Nutmeg is something that is supposed to be not supposed to be added raw, but we do from time to time. But we can grate with nutmeg, so we're grating our nutmeg in there. This is our spicing up that we are doing. If you got you like your other stuff and you want your cloves and your maize, and understand, you can put some in there. So we're leaving this to come to a boil, and as it comes to a boil and start to release the flavors, we will return. Okay, now you see that the brownness, yeah. So our cinnamon leaves came to a boil and the flavors have been released. It smells so fresh and nice. It smells real good cinnamon. Now what we're going to do, we are going to start with our banana. We're going to whip our banana because I'm going to add the peanut, but I don't want the peanut getting too crushed out, and the blender can't do the peanut, that, you know. So we don't want it, we want to have the bite, so we are going to do our bananas first. All right, next we have our sea moss, and this is about a 1/4 cup of sea moss with some whole flaxseed. They will be blended out because I did cook it with them in there. I'm putting in the sea moss right here. No flour will be added to this, and I'm gonna put some of my peanut. I'm gonna put about 1/2 cup of this peanut. So we have it in there. Gonna get the extra. This is the grounded one, and then if you are using coconut milk, you could have coconut milk right there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do some more blending. Maybe we need a little water if you want to put a little milk, a little almond milk, but we're gonna go ahead and do a little more blending. Okay, people, so when you go ahead and do the little extra blending, you don't blend it too much because you want the crunch of the peanut to be still in there. You just want to get the sea moss and the flaxseed and the peanut and everybody come together. So this is what you have. You see this little crunch with the peanut. You can see it in there. So it looks, yeah. So we're going to remove now our cinnamon leaves from our water. We have moved our cinnamon leaves, and sometimes old time people make them stay in there too. But my pot doesn't have the capacity for them to stay. They would let them stay in there when they are all cooked. They would come out brown. But this is good for me. Now we have our mixture right here. Try to remember that you don't put any salt in it, you know. And as always, all of my porridges, they go the same. Pour slow, and meanwhile you're pouring, you're stirring. You see those pieces from the peanut in there? Yeah, go slow. Meanwhile you're pouring, you're stirring. Whilst pouring, you're stirring. Till you have the very last drop. So remember I said if you want your peanut more smooth, you just blend it some more, you just grind it some more in your grinder. So this is what it looks like. You see the crunches of the peanut in there, and the grinder has the capacity to blend it to a cinder. Okay, get our flame up, because this porridge, it doesn't take a long time to cook. Green bananas, they were blended. Peanut can be eaten raw. Sea moss was already made. So you know, if you have this the 10, 30, 40 minutes, as soon as it starts boiling and you spice it up and it comes together, the porridge will be ready. So this is happening. We're gonna eyeball. This is natural vanilla. So we're not gonna put a lot. We're not gonna put too much like the regular one them. Yeah. Try not to forget a little salt. If you can't use salt, you leave out the salt. Okay. Or if you don't want to use salt, it's quite okay to leave the salt out. So this is what is happening. We want to get it to come to a boil. As it comes to a boil, you give it some time for it to thicken. Okay, as it starts boiling, it's gonna thicken. So basically we have only our molasses to put, just a pinch of molasses, and also our milk. If you're using coconut milk, you can make it your natural. If you're using your regular milk, I'm staying away from those dairy. So if you're using dairy, go ahead and use your dairy. If you're using your very own homemade almond milk, that's good. Go to my Patreon page, you see where I showed you how to make your homemade almond milk from your organic almond or whatever the almond. The coconut milk, the natural coconut milk, there it is there on my Patreon page as well. But there is a procedure that the coconut milk has to go through. When you go to the Patreon page, you will see. Okay, I have them there for you. So we're gonna leave it. You're gonna stir it up, come in every now and then. You see, it's getting thick. As it takes it thick. I remember I told you, you don't need to be cooking this porridge for 15, 20, 30 minutes. As soon as it comes together and start to thicken, you add your little milk to how you want it, and you add your little pinch of molasses, leave it to cool down, and then we'll come back to sweeten. So the heat has taken it. Remember, we don't put any flour in it, you know. We don't have no flour now, no whatever in there. So the heat is taking it, and you notice it's getting thick. It has a porridge consistency. Okay, and it is inclined to become thicker too. In this, we're gonna add a small pinch of molasses, and you know molasses, it will definitely turn the color, but we're not gonna add a whole heap to make it look like browning. That's okay. Yeah, you know, it's thickening. You see that? It's thickening. Let's dissolve our molasses. Look at that. You see the molasses has turned it slightly different color, and you see it's thickening. Okay, now it's time to add our milk. You can add whatever milk you want to use. Okay, we're gonna get our milk, add it now. So we make sure we are stirring so nothing don't get in the pot. Perfect. We're gonna add not a lot of this almond milk. We're gonna add about a 1/4 cup for me, not too much. Yeah, you can add your dairy, not all of that. I don't want too much. Okay, so that's our almond milk, and we're gonna let it dissolve, go through with the heat. See it? That's a perfect porridge. We're gonna turn our flame off, get it away from the heat. I always tell you, never try to sweeten your porridge on the direct heat. So I'm gonna Not put all, I'm just gonna put some of this. I really don't like the fresh porridge barley. So this is it, and we're gonna dissolve our sugar, and we're gonna come back to give it a taste in case we need a little extra salt, a little extra vanilla, like that. No flour, you saw us, we didn't add any flour. Sometimes, you know, parry, if certain things don't reach, we don't know, say we can't leave out certain things. The sea moss provides, the peanut and the sea moss provides the yes, it provides the body that the porridge, because banana doesn't have a lot of body. I'm telling you, banana porridge easily get watery. You have to put out some flour or some oats or something. We don't have to use some of these things that are making us, you know, we don't have to use some of them. When we don't have to use them, we don't use them. Look at this. Isn't this the perfect porridge consistency? Well, for me, I don't know about you. So we're gonna dissolve our sugar, and as I said, honey or brown sugar would be better, but I just have a small amount of honey and I don't have brown sugar at this point. So I just use, you know, the white sugar is not the best option. It's not the best, it's not the healthiest. But look here, people are gonna argue say any sugar healthy, but so I'm gonna put a little in here, and I'm gonna give it a taste for you, because you want to see if your porridge have the right amount of, you see the crunch from the peanut in there. So if you are somebody, as I said, my girl requested it with the crunch. I really don't like it with the crunch. I like it smooth. But if you are somebody that likes it with a crunch, do it with a crunch. Okay, go to the Amazon storefront, check us out. We have got that machine there. For people who like sugar, you could take a little more sugar, but I'm not gonna take more sugar, but definitely it needs a little more salt. So, and I think we could add a little more vanilla. Okay, and that would be it. I'm gonna dissolve these, and when we come back, we're gonna have some ready for you. Time for porridge. Here we go, cooking from. Make sure your ladle is dry. You don't want to water in this. So from my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your palate, and most of all to your stomach, it is banana and peanut porridge with sea moss in there. You take it, make it your own, had it. If you cannot use any form of milk, or you don't want to use the milk, it can be done without the milk. Thanks for loving, thanks for supporting. Remember to check out our Amazon storefront. Remember to check out our Patreon page. There are videos there that I haven't done on YouTube. Go check it out, show some love. Remember to check out the description. There is our PayPal or Zelle. There's a number also to get onto me. Support in whatever way you can. And if you can't support in those other ways, remember to make sure you thumbs up the videos. You don't have to pay for that. Thumbs up the videos, leave me a comment below, and most of all, enjoy.